We're live. What's up, guys? We're back. Another week, another Thursday, another 6:40 p.m. We're back with the podcast.
The podcast ever.
Yeah, that's what we're back with. Now, Greg, why have you donned the Clussy outfit today?
Because I actually don't have a great answer for that.
Wow.
It came to my mind as
Do you
I was
find this
looking
woman
for a profile
attractive?
picture. No, you see, here's what I was gonna do. I was gonna get a picture of a clown and then make my name average makeup influencer. But then I thought that'd be too aggressive. Too aggressive. So now I'm just Greg of the Clussy.
Now we have some things to get to you guys today. Look at that blue light just flashing upon me as I switch to Google Docs to read off our topics for the day. We have some interesting stuff. I will get to maybe some surprises even. But we're going to talk about Trump. We're going to talk about Trump's policies. What's up with Trump? What's the deal with airplanes? Right? We're going to talk about those plane crashes, boys. We're going to talk about those plane crashes. We're going to talk about an obese woman. I don't know if you saw that couldn't get into an Uber because the guy denied her from getting into the Uber, not because she was obese. Maybe she wouldn't have fit. Who knows? We're going to talk about Kai Cenat. That's a trigger word for YouTube. That's going to bring us at least 10,000 viewers as soon as I mention that, right? And so we're going to talk about stupid people on the internet because people are stupid, and we're going to talk about women, of course. I mean that that was implied with the obese woman, but even more demented and deranged women on the internet that we can talk about today. Now, Greg, I have to ask. You know what I have to ask?
You gonna ask about the Clussy again?
No. I thought you were going to guess that I was going to ask you about your past week because that's what I usually ask. But you had brought to my attention that you had a special meal at McDonald's, and we need to talk about it.
Yeah. Do you have the name? Because I actually don't know what it was.
It is the Angel Reese meal. When I saw it, I thought, I didn't know who that was, but I thought when I read about who that was, I was like, a woman basketball player that made a McDonald's meal and Greg bought it. It must be good.
Yeah. Let me set the stage as always.
Okay.
There I was, very what's the word I'm looking for? Unproductive day, and I felt like I needed something to eat, something with protein, real quick, just to get me through. That makes it sound like I'm like addicted to it, which I guess in a way I am. I do need protein to live.
Yeah. Yeah, your liver needs it. I mean, come on now.
I'm not addicted to protein, bro. I just need to have it every now and then, or I die. But anyway,
let's talk about this meal, though.
Yeah. So I got on my my trusty McDonald's app because you get some good deal. Yo, hold on. The quarter pounder deal is so back. It's so back. I sent Mr. Ahmed the good news the other day. It was like the Angels blowing their well, that's actually bad, but in a good way, blowing their trumpets like in a holy way, not in like a apocalypse way.
Like that?
Like what?
You didn't hear the sound effect?
I did not.
You don't hear this?
No.
I thought my soundboard was working. That's weird. That's weird. It usually just comes through. I can hear it. Can the viewers not hear that?
I mean, I can't hear it.
It was like the harps. It was like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm assuming I got what you're talking about. But anyway, while you fix that or not, I don't really care either way. While you do that, I'll continue the story. So I get on my McDonald's app, and I had a quarter pounder the other day, so I'm like, you know what, I'm looking for something a little bit more, something different here, but something that's still cheap and that I can get on the go. And I saw this this new thing being advertised in the app called what was it called again? Reese Williams. Yeah, that thing, meal. So I look at it, and it's basically just double quarter pounder of bacon and barbecue sauce.
The Angel Reese.
Yeah. Type shit. But anyway, I'm like, all right, whatever. I mean, I could order a quarter pounder and then just add the barbecue sauce and bacon. But no? What? I'm not hearing shit.
I just don't know why you couldn't hear it.
I still can't hear it.
I don't know why my soundboard's not working. That's weird. I hear it. That's very odd.
Very odd.
It's very odd. Doesn't usually happen. Well, anyway, so you were saying what about it? I wasn't paying attention.
Jesus Christ.
I was trying to fix the soundboard, man.
It's a quarter pounder of bacon and barbecue sauce. I was like, all right, that sounds good.
Okay.
Let me
did you get the fries?
No, I just got it. I was gonna get the meal and just suck it up with the fries. No diddy. But then I saw you could get it on its own. But even though it is a quarter pounder, the deal does not apply because it's a specialty item.
Bruh. But did you get the drink?
They didn't say it came with a special drink. It was just a drink.
Really? I've seen it advertised with the orange Hi-C.
Yeah, I saw that. But then when I looked at the thing, it just said pick a drink. I was like, all right, cool.
Hold on. We need to go straight to fuck nigga dish. Hold on.
I'm sorry, what?
Right here. Let me show you. Right here.
Bruh.
Oh, it's Food Network. Okay, anyway.
That is actually the site I went to when I looked it up.
This is apparently the chick right here. She does not look like an angel. I'm just gonna say that.
Why doesn't she look like an angel? Why don't you explain why she doesn't look like an angel?
You know what I'm thinking about? It's the fact that I don't know if I should say that. You know heaven, right? What do you think of when you think of heaven? You think of clouds, you think of like they say the pearly white gates, right? Clouds are white, the pearly white gates, you know, I don't know. You think of God, you think of a man in a, well, if you think of that, you know, if you're a Christian, you probably think of this, a man in a white cloth, you know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. WNBA hoopster. I love the way they phrase it. Angel Reese has racked up a lot of accomplishments, both on and off the court. Look at that. Her accomplishment right now, getting a sandwich that's mostly already formed without her, but gets like 2 more ingredients. And it's pretty much just the Travis Scott burger, but instead applied to a quarter pounder. So, I mean, it's not very original. But anyway, I mean, I assume it is better, you know, the way they did it this way because, it's a quarter pounder instead, but it's not even a double. Look at that. This is a WNBA hoopster. You're telling me she can't eat a double quarter pounder? You're telling me she can't just eat that by default?
I guess not.
Anyway, let's see. I also thought Trump just recently banned transgenders in women's sports.
Wait, I didn't finish it.
That just went right over your head.
What? Oh. Wait. Yeah, I did. I don't know, man. I
just heard that I thought Trump just banned transgenders in women's sports.
So he banned women's sports.
Anyway, the viewers could get that, I guess. This is a meal named after her. A long overdue celebration of female sports prowess, the Angel Reese special, consisting of a barbecue bacon quarter pounder with cheese and a new bold barbecue sauce. They didn't have that before. This is a new barbecue sauce that they made for this. I thought the Travis Scott burger had a sauce like this.
It is different. No, the Travis Scott burger, it didn't have barbecue sauce on it. It had barbecue sauce that you dip your fries in, if I recall.
What? Oh, so the burger just had bacon.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is the sauce better?
All right, let me tell you. So I got home. Oh, also when I was ordering the thing, I wanted something sweet, and I saw the holy beverage, the Shamrock Shake, was back in stock. So I got one of those, and I mean, if you had one of those, it's great. It's what it is. But anyway, eating the burger, it was I did not like the sauce. It was like a spicy kind of barbecue. I didn't like that. It was very much bold.
So it feel like you had a barbecue and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It like you back having some ribs cooked up fresh. Know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I'll fuck with you.
It was it was it was mid. It was just a double quarter pounder. That was
so the meal itself was just mid. It wasn't even great. It was the bacon a good addition?
Yeah, bacon's always a good addition.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't care too much for the sauce. I like the fact that there was a sauce though, because usually you just get ketchup and mustard, which is it's fine. It's just kind of
so they don't put any ketchup or mustard in this.
I don't think they did. No.
Okay. So let's see.
It just wasn't great.
See. So what they said in the article, I'll just read it out.
Wait. Before you do that.
Was that a Red Bull?
You catch that? Yes, it was. It is a coconut Red Bull.
A coconut Red Bull. Have you tried them before?
Yeah, they're my second favorite now.
Really? It's a really good one?
I like it. It just has like one or two extra preservatives in there that isn't great from what I looked up, but whatever.
What does it taste like other than, coconut? What is it? Like, does it have any other flavors? Or?
Advertised as coconut berry.
Coconut berry. Okay. Does it remind you of like coconut water or like Malibu? Like what kind of coconut are you getting there?
Like a Malibu with Red Bull.
Okay. Let's see. So yeah. So anyway, here's the quote I wanted to read from this. I hope the Angel Reese special inspires young athletes everywhere to never give up on pursuing their dreams, she adds in a statement. That's kind of like, that's what you want to aspire to? I don't know.
I don't see how eating fast food is going to help you do that. If anything, that's going to keep you from doing that.
No, especially if you eat it with the fries. It's not good. It's so over.
Corn syrup.
So, drink. I'm surprised I'm not surprised you're drinking a Red Bull at this time, but I'm surprised people drink Red Bull at this time when they're not at a bar, Didn't
I tell you? Oh, well, I was preparing for a bar, but when I went to Miami and I knew I had to stay up till like 6, I had like 6 of those. Like within the span of like 4 hours.
Nice. It's a lot of B vitamins there, bud.
Yeah, it was incredibly difficult to fall asleep. Partially because I went to bed at like 7. But
I remember. Well, what size were they? Were they like 12 ounces?
I only get 12 ounces.
Okay. Yeah, I think I had like 2 16 ounces or something like that. Or was it 212? I think it was 216 though. They were pretty big. And then I had a winter edition right after that at my boy's baby shower, back a while back.
Damn.
My boy Zari is. Yeah, I had that. See, I was only expecting the Red Bulls and some lady gives me the winter edition, and that was the first time I had the pleasure of having a winter edition.
That winter edition is on a new level.
Dude. I can't stop drinking them. Like every time I go to a gas station. Yeah, every time I go to a gas station, I'm like, I have to check for this flavor, man. Like if they don't have it, I'm gonna crash out.
You see, I went to the gas station looking for a winter edition, but they didn't have it. They were very poorly stocked in general. I forget which gas station that was.
Dude,
wait, maybe it wasn't a gas station.
I keep seeing deals for them, like get 2 for $5 of the 8 ounce, or like get like 3 for $8 of the big ones. I'm like, dude, thank goodness these gas stations have these deals.
Oh yeah, it was a gas station, but yeah, I got to go to like the big, because like there's one, you know what I'm talking about. There's like one gas station, right by my place, and that's where I usually go because I usually get these on the way when I know I'm going to the gym, so I have something to recover. But yeah, there was no winter edition, and I was really upset. So the other option would be to drive like 5 miles down the road to the better gas station and not fill up my car and just get the Red Bulls and then drive all the way back to go to the gym, which I wouldn't say I wouldn't do that, but it definitely wouldn't have been the smartest idea.
Dude, I use those as pre-workouts, not post.
Yeah, but I want the sugar rush after. Like it's like an off switch with the exhaustion.
No, I mean I just have more sugar after. Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember I went to the gas station to get those 16 ounces and they did have a deal on them too. But then when I went to the cash register, like I didn't see the price match like to what it said in the fridge. And so like the chick was just like, oh yeah, I don't know like what to do. And then like her friend or like, her whatever, her coworker was like, yeah, you gotta just give them the deal because we already had that posted there. We just gotta take that down. But I thought those were continuous deals. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately not. It also depends on where you go, because some places I'll go to and they'll have like a 2 for $6 or whatever, and like other places just don't have it at all, or they'll have
But they
like the
get
3 for
signs
8.
that look like they're sent from Red Bull themselves, like from corporate.
They
So
like the
shouldn't Red Bull
marketing and
just
all that.
yeah, shouldn't Red Bull just have like consistent prices or something on these deals, like if they're doing it?
Inflation.
Anyway, let's see. So well, girls, you know, on that Angel Reese burger, maybe one day you can have a fast food meal that appeals to your fan.
These are like the worst meals too. Like the most creative one they had was, I want to say the J Balvin's one, where instead of getting a drink, you get a McFlurry, which is kind of dope. But it was a Big Mac.
Fucking J Balvin.
J Balvin.
J Balvin. Oh yeah, put on the J Balvin. That sounds Indian. What the fuck?
You keep doing that shit.
Yeah, I keep doing that. It sounds like I feel like there's like a similar part of my brain I'm tapping into for these accents.
Why would his name be J Balvin when the J sound doesn't really exist in Spanish?
Put on that J Balvin. You know, they're both brown, Mexicans and Indians, and you know, like it doesn't really matter. You know,
your mind is just like, which one? They look the same.
Right. I mean, yeah, exactly. So let's see. Let's see. I kind of want to talk about the internet drama stuff first. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you want to lead with the Trump stuff, but I kind of want to just go to the Uber thing because it was really funny. And we're already dunking on people, or you know, as you do in the NBA and WNBA. But this individual I don't believe can do dunking because she is very, very big. Hold on. Nice. Oh, okay. Now we can show it. Now we can show the Fox News report. Dude, this chick is I mean, I don't even know if you could say chick, man. Like, can you really call like a woman, you're going to see her size, but like if she's like obese, can you really call her chick or broad or any, like, it's just, dude, at that point, what do you even call her? That's no woman.
Not this one.
All right, let's see.
Detroit rapper is going viral for something other than her music.
Fans know her as Dank DeMoss, and they're fuming after denied her a ride because of her.
Dank DeMoss. What is DeMoss? Right?
DeMoss.
Are we gonna have DeLeaves next? The trees.
Yo, fun fact. Like... Did you know that Spanish moss is neither Spanish nor moss?
I've heard this before, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would they call it that? Why would they call it that?
It's the ignorant white man pushing their shit on us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Her size. And Fox News' Jessica Dubnik is live in Detroit with this story. And my goodness, tell us how this all unfolded here, Jessica.
Well, it all unfolded on video.
I like how they have to have a reporter in Detroit, like when there's nothing relevant to the story, like other than the fact that it happened in Detroit. Like it's like they just have her reporting from there because of that. But bro, it's like they're just really like it's like this is some sort of fatality or like some sort of like tragedy.
Do you think they sent her over there specifically for that, or was she already over there? Or like
they probably got somebody that already lives over there, you know, like their local team or something like that. But actually, if you're a news team, I mean, obviously you have to have a team in Detroit because there's just, you know, so much happening there. You can't have shit in Detroit. But yeah, let's take a look at the woman though in question, if you can call her that.
Van Lane whipped out her phone when this all happened. Now, the Lyft driver, he was kind enough and apologetic, but refused her a ride and said that she would not fit and that her weight couldn't be handled by his tires. Now she's filing a lawsuit.
Have you been in cars that size before?
Yes, I have.
Cap. Stop the cap.
Deja Blanding.
Yo.
Yo, bro, come on. If you were an Uber driver and you saw her coming up to your car, you're gonna let her in?
You know that scene
Think
from
about the suspension.
Jurassic Park? That scene from Jurassic Park where you got like the water cup in the Jeep, and the T-Rex is like approaching, and you just see the water vibrate.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine the encounter was like.
Oh no.
Tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit
What's all that movement? What's
That
all that movement?
Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled.
Bro, it's like, bro, she's like hoarding some of the people that are like that Trump is threatening to deport in there. Bro, it's like they're like, oi, you know, I help me.
Dude, that shit
Hold up.
is
As I'm
grotesque.
walking, I see
Yeah.
him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already
Bro, she has a dude's name tattooed on her chest. It says like Andres. Bro, we need to find Andres. We need to get him help. We need to set an intervention for this man.
Whatever. I'm like, oh man.
she already knew.
I can fit in this car.
Believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to
I can't ride.
talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires. You know, like
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car.
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL.
I don't know if they mentioned where she was going in the Uber, but it would be even funnier if she needed like a ride to like McDonald's for the Angel Reese meal. It's just like he's like, oh hell no, you're gonna weigh more on the way back.
You order like 5 of them.
You know what? I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough. Dank DeMoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the
Get out.
whole situation.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like a Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan.
Okay, so it's protected by the law. You know, where does that end? Does it end when you physically cannot fit in the car? Does it end when there's any sort of damage to the car because of how big you are? Like, you know, what sort of accommodations legally, you know, first of all, they're forcing you to make those accommodations as a driver. You should be able to say who gets in your car and who doesn't, you know, as an individual driver. But, you know, where exactly does it end? Because there's a point at which this person will not be able to fit in that car.
I guess it would depend on. So we already know what the Michigan law is. It would also depend on what the contract is in regard for being a Lyft driver, whether or not you have the right to deny service or not. Which you would think you would have that.
Even then, right? Like, you know, at what point, and also like, you know, just for the protection of the driver, shouldn't they have like some sort of discretion that allows you to not put somebody or like, you know, take somebody somewhere if you feel like, I don't know, first of all, you could feel threatened. You could feel like this person is like, you know, being aggressive or something. You could feel like this person, like, you know, doesn't have the, like, you know, if you were to have like a certain amount of luggage or something that you knew wasn't going to fit in a car and you took it with you and you're like, oh no, the luggage will fit. But you're like, no, you were supposed to order a bigger car, you know, like these kinds of things, like, you know, I'm sure they could deny somebody for. So like, why is it any different if you think this person will not physically fit in my car, or like there's, you know, there's no way, like, I just know the dimensions of my own vehicle. I know how big this person is.
I mean, even then, even if you accept the fact, like, you know, that she's been in other cars that are the same size or whatever, even then you don't have any knowledge or any forethought that maybe this will be the time she breaks the car or something like that. And even like just a suspicion of that, you should have the right to be like, okay, I don't really think this is going to be safe for me, safe for you. It's going to be a bad thing on my car, which is my investment for my job. I could be out of a job because of this.
Right.
So I mean, it's
you would be obscuring my vision by sitting in my car. I wouldn't be able to see any of the traffic.
Also that. Like genuinely. Like there's so many things where if you had even an iota of common sense, it'd be like, no, this makes sense to have this. Maybe it was like she said or whatever they're asserting is that she has been in cars like that size before. It's fine, but even then, you can't assume that somebody's gonna just know that it's fine. Like you got to know that type shit. But yeah, lawyers are bloodsuckers.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, obviously, because she can pay for it, they're going to say this sort of thing where it's like, I knew it was wrong. You know, we need a defender no matter what. But like, I mean, come on. In this guy's mind, does he really believe that? He probably thinks it's bullshit, dude.
Dude, it's kind of insane how, first of all, the fact that weight is a protected thing. It's fucking insane.
Right. Exactly, because like it just at a certain point things become physically undoable. You just get like there is a limit.
It's not even a discriminate. It's like different if you said it's because she's black or she's a woman or whatever, because then that's just literally that's something that for the most part I could see a scenario where maybe it has like some impact on the ride, but most situations it's gonna have no impact on the ride. This is basic physics that if you have something too heavy that cannot support it, it's gonna cause a problem. Like this is ridiculous.
I mean, this is just them trying to argue against like reality. It's just retarded. I mean, seriously, like this is like the definition of delusional would be this screenshot in a fucking dictionary.
Yeah, but it is Michigan, so.
Law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car.
Let's see. We knew it. We knew that they were going to try and argue that. Come on now.
Or I don't want to have Christians in my car or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed.
The same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured...
Bro, this is ridiculous. Like, I mean, bro, like, would she even be able to fit it, like, you know, with the seat in front of her? Like, even if it was, like, put all the way forward, like, would she be able to fit? I don't know. And who knows? Like, you don't know if when she got in those other cars, like, just because she was able to get in those cars, like, you don't know if she's put on weight since like that time. Like if she's put on even more weight, that would cause her even more so to be like unable to get in a car. You don't know that kind of information, right? So like, you know, there's no way to just get something like, you know, more context that you actually need from her saying, or a significant amount of context, I should say, from her saying, oh, I've fit in cars like that before, because that can mean a lot of different things.
Yeah. And then you also have to trust that she knows that the cars are similar to begin with. You
have to trust that she knows that the cars didn't break after she left.
Also that. But yeah, it
Folks
seems
have
to
reached
me,
out saying the same thing happened to them.
I just can't see a scenario where this wouldn't compromise the safety of the vehicle in any way, shape, or form. If she was riding in it. Like, unless it's like a fucking Hummer or something like that. But even then.
Yes, I can. I really want people to see like what we go through as bigger.
Oh my God, bro. Like they're not even helping her case with the angles. They're not helping her case with these angles. I mean, they have to, come on. Like these reporters, they had to have like gotten out after this and just started laughing to themselves like in a group. Like seriously, there's no way. I'm surprised they could keep straight faces for this.
This is a very strange choice of angle. Just in general.
Yeah, well, bro, and look, are those like custom made shoes or something? Those look like they have to be like made for somebody with just like gigantic ankles.
We call
like
those
they look at the width of the shoes. Look at the width of the shoes. It looks like they're custom made because, you know, normal shoes, you just wouldn't be able to fit those ankles in there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't need.
Bro,
I can't even.
Like, how did she even find pants that fit her?
That's what I was gonna say. I can't even imagine where you would find pants that size.
No, she's gonna go to a store and she's gonna be like, "Are you telling me you don't got pants for somebody my size? I've seen pants like this before. I've seen pants this size before. What are you trying to tell me?" That's like, imagine how ridiculous that would be. Like, you know she's not gonna fit in these pants, and you tell her, ma'am, like, I know these pants aren't your size. Oh, you can't tell me that. These are my size. Let me try them on. It's like, ma'am, if you try these pants on, you're gonna break the pants. I know my size. And so, like, then she's gonna sue a pants store or like a clothing store for not letting her try on pants when they know they're not gonna fit. Oh, but you can't discriminate against somebody for their size, so you have to let her try them on.
Yeah,
It's just ridiculous.
I wanted to just get to like the main conclusion here. I don't know if I can say that though, even though it's not even that big of a deal. But when you have laws like this, I'll just say that it kind of makes you wonder, where are we at as a society?
Yeah. There was something I wanted to mention, but I definitely can't mention that. Okay. Well, anyway, we're just gonna. We got the gist of it. We don't need the rest of the video. We're fine on that. Okay. Well, that was funny. Let's see what we got here.
I didn't even.
Let's
think about
talk.
I'm drinking a Red Bull this late.
Let's talk about yeah, exactly, man. You're drinking all that caffeine at this time.
It's not that much.
We could talk about Kai Cenat. or we could talk about some Trump stuff. Have you seen Selena Gomez crying over the immigration stuff?
No. She should be crying about her weight.
You haven't? Wow. I think she slimmed down. I don't know what she's on. If she's on something or if she just lost it. She does look thinner now. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if she can. Well, I don't know how that would affect her.
She has
how many kidneys does she have? 1 or 2? No, she has 1
She
kidney,
has
right?
some disease, right?
Kidneys failed. She had lupus, right?
It was like an autoimmune one. I forgot which one it was.
Okay. So
oh yeah, because she's Mexican. I forgot about that.
Gomez. Okay. Let's watch this.
It could be literally anything.
I just want to say that I'm so sorry. So many people are getting attacked. The children. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
Womp womp.
I can barely understand what she was saying.
Bro, I was trying not to laugh during that. just to let it play. Just to let it play. Oh,
she get like
over. But yeah, no.
She get like Botox or something. Her face looks weird.
I don't know. Yeah, she was saying like, sorry, my people, I don't know what to do. My, children are being attacked and stuff. This is something that I've been seeing where this gets compared. Well, let me just say that I've seen somebody post something about how like, we're watching a fascist uprising, like in front of us, and people back in the day, they just let that happen. We're letting it happen now, or something like that, and stuff like that. And then you see like people trying to get really emotional about it. It's always involving the kids specifically. That's they'll make it about that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's always desperate. Involving the kids, huh?
It's desperate. They're trying to really, get women on board as far as like, being the ones to cry about it so that people feel bad. And we even saw that, I sent you that comic where it was like that, like pastor, the woman pastor, the female pastor that like was talking to like Trump and like, in front of him at like some, I don't know I think that was the inauguration, because I remember that happening right as he was like in office, but pretty much like saying like, these kids need to be protected, and pretty much also talking about like, trans kids, supposedly trans kids, if you want to even call them that, because they're not, they're just, kids that are duped into believing that they are of some other identity as opposed to what they truly are. But you know, by their parents or by school, like teachers, whoever, by society, media that they're watching, like literally like kids TV shows, they put that in there now as far as like having different gender identities and stuff, like literal like toddler programming. Like, you know, I've seen some, I forgot the name of the show, but it was like something having to do with some like cows or bulls or something like that. It was like, you know, these animals, and they're like, oh, he or they don't identify as a male or boy or girl or whatever. So pretty much just like literal like programming. That's besides kind of the point here, but it's more so the idea that like this is insanity, and they're always dragging like kids need to be protected into it, but then the kids need to be protected is actually we need to let them like be completely delusional and end up, you know, on a rate of self-deletion that is insanely high, or we need, you know, to like basically, you know, with the immigration stuff, I suppose, just let what's happening happen. Whatever you may be seeing happen, because I've seen videos of like kids like in school where like none of them speak English. They're all like, you know, Spanish, like speaking. And like there was one that brought like beer to school, and the teacher's like, hey, what's that? And they're like, oh yeah, like they're all speaking in Spanish to each other, saying like, oh, you're in trouble now, buddy. Like as if this is just like normal for them, right? So I don't know. I mean, it's just, it seems like the idea that they're better off, like, you know, wherever they are, even though they have a different like cultural idea because of the way they're being raised by their parents or whatever, like, you know, that somehow you could just put them here anyway, and it doesn't matter because this is just a big melting pot where it doesn't matter if you speak English, or it doesn't matter if you are of a similar culture to the people around you. It's okay, you know, things are going to turn out just as good for you. Like it's crazy.
It's just kind of weird how like literally any other country is fine with deporting people. That's all I'm saying. You know, Obama does it and it's fine. Nobody even bats an eye. But then when Trump does it, it's like literally Germany.
Yeah, I mean, I think the craziest part, you know, isn't even like whether or not you think like people should have this opportunity to be here, like, you know, whether or not like you think like, you know, it's more so about the idea that, you know, people just kind of like, they're so delusional when it comes to this, is what I'm saying, is like, you know, they get so emotional over the fact that like, oh, well, you know, no other realities of it matter. Just the fact that they need to stay here and not go back to Mexico, which what's so wrong with Mexico? I don't know. But, you know, like basically they're just thinking like you can just like copy paste people here and everything turns out all right. Like it's like they live in a fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's one thing to argue like, oh, you know, like should we have an ability to you know, like migrate? Like should that be something that, you know, like is it ethical for the government to restrict that? But it's another question of like, you know, do cultures just like, you know, not matter, right? Is it like that these seem like something that they just kind of put all together in saying that, you know, people need to be able to stay here, people need to be able to, like, it does, like to them it doesn't matter the fact that like, you know, they're not willing to sort of be culturally compatible. That doesn't matter to them. I mean, you see that in Europe too with like you know who, I mean, Abdul and whatever, you know.
I mean, honestly, well, I'm just saying now this isn't the case in Europe, but I think I'd prefer Arab immigrants, to be honest, because they tend to settle pretty well here.
Here, right? Compared to Europe.
Not Europe. Definitely.
But it seems like it seems like if you had the same amount, then you'd see more instances like that. No.
Yeah, that was the argument I heard. Is that it's a matter of
it seems like it's a matter of filtering.
Well, filtering and like the proportions. So the thing with these cultures is that when they're an external culture within a larger culture that's alien to them, they tend to group up and they practice their original culture, you know, the way they would, because they have enough people, or they have their own shops, they have their own churches or whatever, mosques or whatever. They have their own everything. And then they don't have to assimilate into the real culture. So then it's like, okay, well, this is actually becoming a problem now, because now you have an alien culture, that's a legal term, by the way. That's not an offensive thing, within the host culture that is living parallel to the culture that influences the laws, the standards of social interaction, and so on. And that's when you get a huge problem, like in France, where you have like just whole neighborhoods of Algerians and doing stuff that I cannot say explicitly on YouTube. But yeah. So, I mean, the key would be, I guess, a filter. But that's
Greg,
evil,
don't be
apparently.
mad. Don't be mad, Greg. You know what I'm
Why?
going to tell you next.
Please don't. I don't have any stories to tell.
Just 1 minute.
Oh my god. All right. Why can't you just get your food beforehand, bro? Like me.
Bro, it wasn't done. It's done now.
I don't want to ever hear you bitching about me being late to shit. Anyway. Let's see. What do we got here? I guess I'll go on the immigration thing. But yeah. I've also heard, I think I mentioned this before, that the immigration thing isn't so much, it's not really a Mexican thing as much as it is other countries that just happen to be funneling in through Mexico. And that's why, well, another reason why Trump would be going hard on the Mexicans in particular, because it's not so much that they're Mexicans going into America illegally. There are some, obviously, but it's more so that they're kind of facilitating it and not doing their part in, you know, enforcing their border, which makes it a problem with us. So yeah. And then, like, it's kind of strange if you think about it on like an individual level too, because it's like, imagine you live in a house and then somebody just happens to slip through the cracks somehow and is living in your house for a few years. And then eventually you get through whatever legal process or whatever it is. And you can finally say, hey, I definitively have the right to evict you from my property. I never wanted you here. I never wanted you to get in here and bring all your family and whatever. And then when you say that or try to implement this, it's suddenly like, wait, what's wrong with you? You're some kind of racist fascist or whatever, even though it's your property. Now, granted, you could make the argument that the land of the state isn't property in the same sense, which that's a separate topic entirely. But yeah, it's just kind of ridiculous. I mean, maybe if they didn't show up illegally, then they wouldn't be in the position of getting forced out. But yeah, this shit's fucking crazy. And then on top of that, when you get into like the celebrity thing, you never really take anything they say for granted as a genuine. And even if it is genuine, it's almost never from a foundation that is reasonable in any way, shape, or form. But yeah. So I guess the moral of the story is ignore anything celebrities say when they're not being forced to, well, not forced, but paid to say the shit that somebody smarter than them wrote for them to say. Yeah. They better have been doing something
I forgot
good.
My neighbors. I forget my neighbors left my dog, or not my dog, a dog here at this, for us to watch at my house.
The fucking pizza again, man.
There's the tapioca starch. Dude, it's easy. It gives me something to gnaw on that I don't have to prepare for hours.
Really? So you do have the time to make it beforehand.
But that doesn't align with my eating schedule.
You and your faggy, god damn it, eating schedule. You see, this is what happens.
Let's watch Kai Cenat bully a robot. Hold on. This is important, this video. This is going to determine whether or not you have agency, depending on how you react to this.
Amen. Oh, your mom, man. Your mom, man, boy. What the fuck was that?
Yes or no? Was what they did wrong?
You would need a sentient being
That's a
for
question
it
to
to be
Greg.
wrong.
You want to guess how Twitter reacted to it?
I don't think I have to guess.
How do you think they reacted to it? Or
Well,
I guess let me ask, how did they react to it?
Yeah, are you just gonna show me, or you want to play the guessing game, or how's this gonna go?
No, I just want you. I want you to give me a prediction first.
Female reaction.
Well, you're right. Okay. Let me pull up this first tweet, which is like a random quote tweet, but you'll get to see what I mean. Oh, I need to zoom in so you guys can see. Kennedy says, if your first instinct, which is the wrong your, if you are first instinct is to kick and push a defenseless robot because you think it's quote unquote fun, then that's a huge red flag. Let's take a look at Kennedy here. Is that your real photo? Oh, this is just some photo you have.
I mean,
of like SZA or some shit, one of these female rappers. Anyway,
if it was like an animal, that'd be a better argument.
Mm-hmm.
Still not necessarily a valid argument, but a better argument.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like what the Chinese do, to animals, then I get you. You see what the Chinese do to animals?
No, but I have a feeling it's probably gonna ruin my day if I hear it.
I've seen like videos of them like I don't know, like bugs and rodents and stuff. Bugs don't matter as much, but like rodents, bro, they just fuck around with them. They like hit them for fun on stream.
They
now
stream over there?
Is something. But this, I don't know if it's videos they put online or what, or if they stream, but they do stream. I want to take a look at the comments on this Kai Cenat video, on this Twitter video. Let's just take a look at the comments. Well, let's see Kai's reaction to people saying this stuff about him. Which Kai's a weird name. Is that his real name?
No idea.
Kai Cenat. Knowing Kai, his real name is probably like Kai Tavius. Nope, it's Kai Carlo Cenat the third.
Why does he have a leopard pattern floor?
I just seen comments on the robots, and I was like, damn, it's dragged out. Chat, it gets to a point where we low-key can't do shit fun. I ain't gonna lie. It's weird, bro. Like, I would think if I spent this much money on something, I'll be able to do whatever I want to it. But it's not an intention for me to just bully it. That's not my first intention. You feel me? That's not my first intention to bully the nigga. I was testing out a feature to make sure that motherfucker was. And even if I was bullying the nigga, then like, what the fuck? You feel me?
Yes, I feel you, Kai. No homo. Yeah, so I just want you to read some of these. Hold on. I'll show you, but hold on. There were some good comments before I reloaded this page. Oh, right here. Let's look at this retard. Calvin says, I would think if I spent this, he's quoting Kai, I would think if I spent this much money on something, I'd be able to do whatever I want with it. And then Calvin says, something pre-civil rights people said, and what's the icing on the cake? To have this clip start at Black History Month.
Wait.
Like, bro.
No way.
What are you saying about black people? Bro, but like it's a crazy comparison. I think people are people just engagement farming or something? Is this bait?
Dude. What the fuck?
Let's see. No, but I've seen more comments about people commenting that like this is some sort of like thing that slave owners said, and thus, you know, like it's wrong because of that. This guy just says N. Yeah. Yeah, it's just delusional though. Wait, hold on. Is this? Why'd somebody? Oh, somebody's like botting Kai's comments with a clip about him. It's a robot. What's wrong with people? Let's see if people are replying to it with retarded arguments. Oh my god! Because if he gets so violent with a non-thinking object that looks and acts humanish, then how will he act with an actual human? It's like mistreating an animal. You just know they're shooting to humans too, bro.
The punching bag analogy is great.
A punching bag is a non-human object that might not allowed to hit a punching bag. And you know those punching bags too that look like they're like mannequin-esque. You know those punching bags. I know what you mean. Am I wrong for hitting that?
I'm a shitty person if I hit that shit.
Yeah, exactly. No, but what's crazy is, like people are saying like, oh, it's also about like respecting the things you bought. It's like, I mean, he's not like straight up breaking it, first of all, but so what if you buy something and break it?
Well, can I not use this Red Bull can and throw it at the wall if I want to? Well, assuming it's entirely my property or not. I could buy, and I think this was a trend a while ago where people would buy like expensive shit, like streamers and whatnot, and just trash the fuck out of it because they can. Or maybe I'm thinking of Sam Hyde specifically.
Didn't Mr. Beast do that?
Probably.
He did that with the Funko Pops.
They're gonna make like laws that when you buy something, you have to use it exactly how the intended function of the merchant is now. Like Jesus Christ!
Hey, you have a breaking license for that? You have a breaking license?
But yeah, it would be different. Well, it wouldn't be different, but the way they're making it out to seem, it's like an AI thing. But he's literally controlling it with a controller. It is a battery pack with legs. Like, what the fuck?
What's going on with the Rumble stream? I set it up right. I don't know what's happening. It gave me an issue. Let me see if it's still going.
What's all that rumbling back there?
What's all that movement back there? It looks like we're still live. Yeah, I'm still live. I don't know why it's telling me there's some sort of issue with StreamYard on the Rumble stream. That's weird. Yeah, we're gonna watch a woman comedian now. We're gonna see her freak out at somebody.
Whitney Cummings?
And you tell me if this is normal. No. But you tell me if this is normal.
I will.
Because
I usually do.
She's dealing with a heckler. She's dealing with a heckler. So let's cut her some slack, all right?
Oh my god, I love it! Okay, wait, what made you want to ask him?
Huh? Why are you making it sound like we're a couple?
Oh my god, don't get scared. What? Oh, it's not that. Wow, it's not that. Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
I could leave right now if
I
I
can
wanted.
roast you. You can't just roast all of us and get nothing.
I see. So you were afraid because you felt like I was saying your.
I can take the mic. If you want.
He's your new friend. This, there are so many people that came together to be supportive. I will say this, it is such a hard time in this world right now. There are so many people that came together to be supportive and fucking amazing. And you're putting fucking look me in the eyes. You're putting negative fucking energy out here. This is the last show of my look me in the fucking eyes.
Look at me. I'm aggressive because I say fuck. It means I'm assertive. I'm a girl boss.
It's the last show of my fucking weekend.
Look at me pulling this incel.
It's a sold out show and you want to say mean shit to me, okay? So don't fucking do that.
Look at this. Look, an incel saying something mean to me, guys. Only people who would go to this chick's show in the first place would cheer her on.
You can leave. You can leave too. I won't be offended.
None of that dealing with the heckler was funny. I'll see if she says anything funny in the next few seconds because this is like about what I've watched. But let's just see.
LOL, what a fucking clown. I did warn you I would get kicked out. Man, she is sensitive, especially for a comedian.
Oh. Okay.
If only there were a voluntary visual cue that a woman would be undesirable to deal with in such a manner. I wish there was a thing like that. You know, maybe something that they decided to do that that shows some kind of lack of long-term judgment. I don't know. I just wish that was something that existed.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that was really
I don't
bad,
even
though.
completely understand what was going on. Hold on. Like, there was just some guy basically just saying she wasn't funny and she like loses her mind over it. That's what hecklers do.
Yeah. You see,
Okay.
that reminds me of have you ever seen that one, what was his name? Bill Burr? The bald guy with the Philly accent or whatever,
Yeah.
Boston accent.
Mhm.
He did like some show where the crowd was like heckling everybody, but it was like big names or something. And he just went up on stage and started saying, "I hope you guys die of like heart disease and shit like that." That's how you handle that. You just kind of go roll with it. You don't like break character and just start. I don't. Maybe, you know, I have this theory. That I was thinking about. Maybe this would have been funnier if it wasn't a woman.
Yeah.
Like the exact same thing. I wonder if there's like a psychological aspect to it. But I kind of doubt that. I really doubt that.
It's like, think about it like this. Think about this. Imagine like a kid was yelling at you, right? Saying like, "Get the fuck out of my face," you know, whatever. A kid can't beat you up. Neither can a woman. So if a woman gets in your face saying, "Get the fuck out of my face," you're not as intimidated as you are by a guy. I think the same logic applies for where you see her on the stage trying to have some sort of power over the heckler. It's just not possible.
Yeah. I thought the crowd was going to be on his side, to be honest, when he started saying, "I can take the mic from you and start my own set." That was pretty funny, actually.
I just didn't expect her to get even cheers because I you know, doesn't make sense what they're cheering.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at news from Colombia. We're just gonna get back to the Trump stuff. I don't know if you saw this from the Colombian president.
Get back to
I'll just tell you what he said. Back to?
Say that again.
Let's hop to this news. Let's hop to this news story. Cocaine, quote, no worse than whiskey, would, quote, be sold like wine if legalized worldwide, Colombian president says.
Wasn't it sold like wine like 50, 60 years ago?
Bro spitting. Hold up. His writing is fire?
Yo, actually, that's amazing you brought that up because I think just before the show started, I was casually looking at my DM, or not my DMs, my Discord notifications, and somebody put that article, and the guy was like, "Bro, what did bro mean when he said this?" And I was like, "Bro, it's better than whiskey." And everybody's like, "Nigga, what?" And I just didn't elaborate at all.
Yeah.
But genuinely,
I mean, if you're asking me, you know, not what I do, but just saying if a person were asking me, like asking me what they should do, saying, who do you think will I live longer if I use this or whiskey, right? Cocaine or whiskey? I'm just saying, One's definitely going to develop, probably, develop some sort of cirrhosis, depending on how heavy of a drinker you are, right? I mean, come on. It's just in certain amounts, it's not going to be good. Now, I'm just saying. Now, if he also says, I want to do a little of the snow, you're going to need to tell me what issues will come up that are worse than that. You're going to need to prove that to me.
And ideally not by U.S. backed studies, U.S. federal studies and shit like that.
Yeah, let's give it to a rat. See what happens.
Well, yeah.
Let's give it to some immigrants. See what happens. Well, not like to bring in, but like to try it.
That'll be really funny if Trump's like, I heard a lot from this Colombian president, and I've been thinking about it. I think he's right. We should bring in mass amounts of snow, sell it like wine, just like the old days. We're gonna make America great again.
We're gonna put a tariff on the ones that are fentanyl free.
Wait, on the fentanyl free ones?
Exactly, because you need to charge a premium for that. You need to charge a premium.
Oh, okay, fair.
We have to charge them for the good stuff. We can't just give it out for free. The U.S. has to get a little cut of that.
I mean, if you want to save money, you can die. You can just die and get the fent one. I personally wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it. I was telling Melania, I don't know why you'd go for the fent one, unless you want to do the fent full.
I was speaking to George, and he said, Trump, I need the fent one. You can't make that more expensive.
I said, quite atrocious. Go ahead.
I said, George, just for what you had to go through, we're going to help you. We love our African Americans. We're going to give you the fentanyl cocaine, okay? We're going to make sure your fent reserves don't go too low. We don't want that niggling shutting off, okay?
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Let's see. Yeah, but that's what the Colombian president said. I don't know. You were mentioning Colombia before this. Did you have like other relevant stuff going on as far as like Trump and Colombia?
Yeah, I don't remember if we brought it up on the last show or not, so I figured we'd talk about it. But the other thing, I didn't even read the article, but he said, what was it? He said something like it's only illegal because it comes from Latin America. However, out of morbid curiosity, I happen to be an expert on the legality of this substance. And while he is correct that Colombia and Brazil, I almost said Bolivia, are the only two countries where it's legal, it's only legal in certain amounts. Everywhere else, it's like illegal, but like some of them will have like kind of loopholes, like it's decriminalized, so you won't go to jail for it, which kind of base, but or it'll be like you can have it, but you have to be in the plant form or whatever, some bullshit like that. Only those two countries can you have it like in the usual form you think of. But again, you can only have like a gram or two, and after that, it's illegal. So it's like it doesn't seem like it's just a Latin American thing. If the Latin American countries in question are also the ones making it illegal, that's just kind of a retarded claim. That's the one thing I wanted to say on that.
It's because he's being produced there.
I saw this
Trump,
one
Trump,
thing.
the cocaine, okay?
But the other Colombian thing I was going to talk about was Trump mogging. I think it was the president over like Colombian illegals getting deported back to Colombia.
Trump, he like the Adderall. He like the Adderall. It make him feel good. He don't like the cocaine.
So accurate too. It's like some street vendor in Miami.
Apparently though, like El Salvador though, Marco Rubio saying that El Salvador is offering to accept deportees from the U.S. of any nationality, including Americans. So even people charged here multiple times, they're just going to ship them over.
Now, here's the question. Would it be better or worse to take the prison sentence or go to El Salvador?
I think you still go to prison.
Oh,
You just go to their prisons, right?
I mean, I was gonna say they just send you over, and there's like no punitive punishment.
I mean, I'd take that.
Yeah, shit.
Let me take a
But
look
I
at that.
mean, Latin American prisons, I don't know if they're like Japanese prisons, but I don't imagine they're much better. I'm in a Japanese prison, Lord. Don't belong here, my eyes are round.
They, on the AP article, they said President Nayib Bukele has agreed to the most unprecedented, extraordinary, they put it twice, extraordinary migratory agreement anywhere in the world. Apparently that's a Rubio quote. Rubio said it twice. He must have been like, extraordinary migratory agreement. He had to emphasize it.
That's kind of crazy. Now,
We can send them, and he will put them in his jails, Rubio said, of migrants of all nationalities.
Isn't El Salvador the country that was like a shithole, but that president in particular cleaned it up and like jailed all the gang members and shit?
That is what he did. He did jail them.
So I'm wondering if that's a better deal or not. Because if it's anything like, if you ever seen Goodfellas, where they like jail a bunch of mobsters and they're just kind of chilling in prison, if it's like that, I mean, maybe it's not that bad. Especially compared to American prisons.
I have a video to look at. We need to hop over to Greenland now. We're just going country to country. We're seeing what Trump's doing across
Mr. Worldwide.
Okay. Now we need to see Greenland. We need to give you guys this update.
305.
Yeah, so this is Greenlanders to Trump by Greenland. We don't like Danish people.
I'm here in Greenland. This kid's got a MAGA hat on. What's your message to Donald Trump?
Fight Greenland. Fight Greenland. Fight Greenland. Fight Greenland. No more Danish. No more Danish. We don't like Danish people.
Is this what you thought of when you thought of Greenland?
Well, yes. I'm not uninformed, so I knew they looked like that. But
yeah, I was uninformed. I'll tell you that.
The people from Greenland are essentially like the natives that Canada has, but the only difference is that the Danish own them. Not like a slavery thing, but like
the
as a
Eskimos.
colony. Yeah, they're similar to that. It's not like a
did I talk
colony
about that
like
before? I think I
Iceland.
did.
It's not like Iceland where they
I think I
actually sent Scandinavians over there or whatever. It's just, yeah. It's like
I think
Peru.
I talked about it on the show before. Kendrick got in trouble for, got in trouble, probably some like one gay black guy that complained. He said Eskimo on a song, and the guy's like, that's offensive.
Okay.
I guess you're supposed to call them natives or Inuit or whatever. I don't know.
Dude, everybody's like, every single time you mention any kind of differentiating adjective and or noun, it's like 10 years later, it's like, well, that's offensive. That's an old term. What am I supposed to call you? Like, Jesus Christ. What are these? I'm pretty sure this
That's
all
what you have
comes
to call
down.
him.
What?
You have to call him Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ is not an Eskimo. I can prove it.
What color was Jesus?
But yeah, the whole like I'm not gonna get into that. The whole like I mean, basic language, any anti-category of human being thing, it's fucking retarded. It seems like it's an outgrowth, even if not intentionally, as like of the idea that like race and like different like traits of human beings don't exist, which is retarded. Because like if as soon as you mention one of those things, you automatically get like thrown into the, oh, what are you, a racist type thing, which is, it's amazing how you can just make that huge leap like that.
Let's see. Apparently, Denmark doesn't want to sell Greenland. I mean, shocker, right?
I heard that it's like a net negative for them anyway. It might be like a pride thing.
Maybe. I'm seeing Politico. It's like Denmark gets ready to defend Greenland from Trump with warm socks. Danish military forks out millions of for toasty footwear. Why is that a headline?
What else are you going to talk about in Denmark?
Of whatever, yeah, at least 4 million of whatever their euros or whatever. Let's see, on 750,000 pairs of wool socks.
Did they not have that beforehand? It's not like Denmark is a summer paradise.
It's gonna be what I guess it's gonna be what stops Trump from buying it somehow.
Thermal socks.
Yeah. Trump has said that taking control of Greenland is an absolute necessity, warning about Chinese interest in the region and also noting the island's mineral wealth. And he has refused to rule out using military force to take it. So, you know, he might use military force if he feels, I guess. I don't know, is what they're saying. But
those silly Americans, they did not foresee our woolen socks. Now we will be victorious.
Let's see. Yeah, they don't really explain how the socks play a role. It's like the underpants gnomes from South Park. It's like, you know, they steal the underwear, then step 2, and then profit is step 3. Yeah. I don't get that.
I have heard.
Oh no, not socks. That's what I hate. I hate socks. Okay, I love seeing feet. I hate when they're covered. You know, that's Trump's weakness or something. I will negotiate to give them back Greenland and not invade if they just take their feet back out.
I've heard of the Chinese and Russian threat or whatever, but I don't see how that's likely to happen unless they make some deal with Denmark, which I don't see happening. So I don't really know. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I don't really see it as. It seems like cope, to be honest, just to justify it.
We'll see here. Let's move on from Greenland because they're clearly they have no plan. Greenland is gone from the Danish. It's coming to America. El Salvador, they're taking the prisoners. Colombia, we'll talk about that later, you know, but now Gaza, we need to talk about Gaza. Probably tread lightly, but we do need to talk about it. Trump is digging when it comes to Gaza, digs in on Gaza takeover. What is this?
Go ahead, bro.
And Palestinian resettlement. Yeah, that headline just struck me as charged sexually.
It's so over.
Let me do what I do. This is my. Yeah, but Trump is basically just gonna. I mean, we can just go over this in I guess in brief. He's just gonna resettle them. The Gaza Strip would be turned over to the United States by Israel at the conclusion of fighting, Mr. Trump wrote on Truth Social, adding that Palestinians would have already been resettled in far safer and more beautiful communities with new and modern homes in the region. He insisted that there would be no need for U.S. soldiers to deploy there. No soldiers. Well, I guess you're not going to have to go die for Brazil after all.
I mean, you can't just let it out like that. Now they know what it means.
What do you mean?
Bro, it's literally, you're reading the article. Just say it's Israel.
Let's see. I need to find. Oh yeah, right here. Look at this. Israel Katz, the Israeli defense minister. What a name. Named Israel after Israel. So let's look at this beautiful proposal by Trump. Absolutely beautiful, right? Best proposal ever, right? Saying it would allow a large population in Gaza to leave for various places in the world. Best proposal ever. I completely agree. I agree with Israel, Katz. I agree with Trump. I have no ill will toward any of that. Okay, we're good now.
What?
He announced that he was ordering the military to draw up concrete plans for Gazans who wish to do so to leave. Yeah, so I mean, basically, they're still kicking them out. Now it's just, oh no, but now we're not going to blow them up. we're just going to stop blowing them up, but we're still going to move them out of there because we still want that land. I mean, come on now. That's what it's been about this whole time.
Do you see that? Well, I guess he didn't, but there's one clip that I saw with him and Netanyahu, and they were like sitting there doing like a press conference or whatever, and someone was like, is there going to be like an option for people that don't want to leave? And Trump's response was like, it's why would they want to stay there? It's been so horrible for them. They've had such a horrible experience. Why would you want to stay there? We're going to take them to a new place that's actually good for them. They're going to love it. It's going to be great. And then one guy is like, well, gee, I wonder why it sucks for them over there. While fucking Netanyahu's sitting there. But yeah, that was kind of great. Self-awareness 100.
Yeah, but that's pretty much the gist of that too. How about these Canada-Mexico tariffs?
Yeah.
How about them?
What do you mean, how about them?
I don't know. How about them?
Well, we got some tariffs. We got some Terrys on this plane. Foreshadowing. We've got some tariffs being levied on the Mexicans and the Canadians. And originally, I thought it was in relation to like the whole drug trafficking thing. And the reason he put it on Canada was because Canada somehow, I think they're like growing or like making the drugs in Canada or whatever, and they're getting shipped through Mexico. But then I heard that the Canadian tariffs are just to put pressure on Canada to strengthen their border so they don't get the Canadians funneling into America, which kind of funny. But I mean, if it's anything like Toronto or whatever, I mean, valid. But
yeah,
the other thing
now the Canadians aren't even Canadian.
Yeah, Canadians. But the other thing I heard was that he was putting pressure on Canada for the sole purpose of making them making them cave in to American influence to a point where it'll be easier to absorb them or whatever. So Canada's still kind of pushing back on that. Trudeau, who's still there, surprisingly. But the Mexicans kind of just gave in, apparently, and they're just like, okay, yeah, we'll start taking care of the cartels. But yeah, we've got an American presence in there because that American presence has never existed in Central America before. Now that's not happened ever.
Thank you, Mexican President Claudia.
Please don't. Just yeah, no. Anyway, yeah, no, that's kind of it. And Canadians are pissed off about it. I heard from a Canadian though that it's backfired, and now Canadians are a lot less American enthusiastic now because of those tariffs that are kind of gonna wreck them.
I thought they've been less American enthusiastic this whole time. Their whole gist is like they're better than America.
No, not really. From what I've heard, it's kind of been like neutral to, I mean, we're basically the same kind of mentality. And now this has just kind of reignited the corpse of Canadian nationalism. So, yeah, that shit's kind of funny.
We have free healthcare.
I kind of don't care either way what happens with that, because I mean we're screwed regardless. The Canadian thing would just accelerate it. Do we just import directly from the country, or do we get the secondhand ones from Toronto and Ontario? That's the question.
Anyway, you were talking about Trump, quote unquote, draining the swamp. Like, is there any like news specifically about, you know, what? I mean, I guess like his cabinet picks or whatever.
Dude, have you been like living under a rock or something?
Yeah.
I don't even look at the news and I know about this shit.
Yeah, I really haven't been paying attention much to that.
I
saw some chick that was like a White House correspondent that people were giving shit for wearing a skirt.
What do you mean they were giving shit for wearing a skirt?
It was like some like let me see, White House correspondent, like some young girl wearing a skirt, and they were like, "Oh, that's like, you know, you shouldn't be wearing that." Let me see. She claps back. I need to see this. She's 23. It's okay.
Only 23.
Okay. Her name's I mean, what?
Only 23.
Oh yeah, she's not even fully developed mentally. She can't wear this.
That's not what I'm. It's literally just a question. Is she actually 23?
Here, you can see her. This is the and yeah, she is only 23, but this is the this guy.
Jesus. I mean, usually these
This
people
is
are
her in
like
the
50
skirt.
or 40. I mean, it's a skirt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Images of Winters in provocative attire went viral online, with many questioning whether it was appropriate. Oh my god, what is happening here? Shit's kind of slow, bro. Oh yeah, okay, so this is my flow, bro. Oh, why is this page so slow, dude? There's like so many ads on this page, it's fucking up my internet. Bro, I just need to get out of there, I guess, or just keep looking at it. Went viral online, with many questioning whether it was appropriate for a White House press briefing. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I saw. Oh, damn, bro. Hold on. No, we need to get back to this page, man. You need to see this picture. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this. Some bosom. My God, I don't know why StreamYard isn't letting me stream though. Hold on, let me share the screen. Look at this, bro. Look at this. She got a shelf.
I think it's angles.
It's coming out of there. Out of that shirt. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe the tightness of the shirt. But come on, man. I need to see more. Dude, this
now,
is like
hold on.
New York Post's website is so slow that it makes me want to self-delete, dude.
Now, imagine that photo, but instead of her in makeup, she was in full clown makeup.
Now what?
I mean, just imagine it.
I'm gonna have to pack a balloon.
That's definitely a euphemism, but I'm not following it.
Just say I'm gonna have to bring a balloon with me to see that. You know, one that you could put in your wallet.
Oh, okay.
No, I'll leave it. Don't need it.
Don't need it. Now, yeah, no, never mind. I'm gonna ask that question later. So to go back to the Colombian thing, because I meant to go back to that, because apparently you don't know shit about anything that's happening right now. This is a while ago, or I kind of already mentioned it, but basically, Trump was deporting a shit ton of Colombians, and I believe they were at least the articles I read said they were actually like criminals or whatever, like they were drug pushers or whatever, that were Colombian nationals, and he was sending them back on a plane to Colombia. Speaking of planes later, but he's sending them back on a plane to Colombia, and the Colombian president or whatever the fuck, prime minister, I don't know what they have, he was like, no, we're not taking them back. And Trump was like, what do you mean you're not taking them back? And the Colombian guy was like, we're not taking them back. That's your problem. And then Trump was like, okay, well, I'm going to put a 25% tariff on Colombia. And the Colombian president was like, okay, well, I'll put a 25, I don't remember the exact digits, but he put a tariff back on America. And then Trump doubled it. And eventually the guy was like, okay, yeah, we'll take him in. That was kind of the gist of it.
Yeah, I remember that actually. Like, I don't remember the specifics, but I remember hearing like the back and forth.
But yeah, that was kind of funny.
There's too much going on, man. I don't really care.
I mean,
there's too much going on to care about all at once. Like, I mean, I care about the stuff we talk about when we can like joke about it, be funny, but man, all these little details, like I don't really want to be following that all day.
All right. Anyway, what's next?
What's the deal with planes?
Did you ever get the TV order of lots and lots of jets and planes? Now we're getting lots and lots of jets and planes crashing.
Why is this happening? Why is this happening?
What do you mean? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Enlighten me, because like the viewers, I have not heard what's happening.
Recent plane crashes induce anxiety for many travelers. After 2 deadly plane crashes in the past week, one in Washington, D.C., killing 67, and another in Philadelphia, killing 7 and injuring 19. This is ABC News, by the way.
Wait, hold on. Those are 2 different crashes?
Yeah.
I thought that was just one.
There's been like more crashes than just that.
Well, I didn't know. I know there've been more crashes. I'm not going to say too much. I've got a source for specifically plane crashes, weirdly enough, but I thought the Philly one and the Washington one were like. Let me just say this. I'm good with state geography. I don't know where cities are in relation to each other. So I figured it was just like one big crash over that general area. Now that might sound retarded if I actually look at a map, but either way, I thought that was one big thing. I didn't think it was 2 big things happening at roughly the same time.
Nope, they're different things.
Wow.
Dude, it wasn't even just those. Like, I mean, like other non-commercial flights too.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
just today there was like a military surveillance plane where that just like crashed in like the Philippines or something. Dude, it's like we're just hearing left and right. These planes are crashing. There was like some plane that like crashed like I don't know if it was one of these 2, but I saw a video of one that I think it was after these 2. I'm not sure. It was like in the like on next to a highway.
In the Philippines?
No, it's a different one. Hold on. Oh no, that one was from a while back, I think. Unless I'm confused. Unless there were 2 different ones. This one I'm seeing from 2024, February 10th. Now, but I'm seeing a week ago there's a video of one, but I don't know if that's let me see which one this one is, because it is near a highway too. This one is. Let me see where this one is. Santa Barbara Highway. This is in California. I'm seeing one. 2 injured in fiery plane crash. That's from 7 days ago, apparently. January 29th. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like, there's a bunch of planes crashing, and not only that, like, tickets are getting really cheap because people are kind of scared of going anywhere. Yeah, but these 2 big ones, are the ones that I think have to do specifically with like commercial flights that are like the ones that you would be on if you were flying. And so let's see. according to the Cleveland Clinic, around 25 million adults in the U.S. have a fear of flying. Okay, that's, I guess, is that statistically significant? I mean, it's like 25 out of 330. It's like less than 10%. I mean,
you could probably make an argument that how many people were actually actively flying to begin with, and how many people actually know what's going on, because even you didn't know what was going on, apparently.
Yeah. People tend to think ruh-roh. They must all be unsafe, and it must be a huge risk to fly for me. And they question whether or not they should go on the next flight they have scheduled. Oh, wow. So are they going to make this about propaganda to go fly now? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, they're just talking about people's fears here. Trying to see if they talked anything about them actually lowering the plane tickets. But if you look up plane tickets right now, it really doesn't cost much to fly. Regardless of the statistics, Johnson said many feel a lack of control when stepping into an airplane, causing anxiety to heighten. You know, regardless of the statistics, you say they feel anxiety because they saw some incidents online.
I saw a video that somebody was taking of like the explosion in Philly. That was kind of wild.
Yeah, I don't know if we should actually show that.
Probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see any.
You're showing tragedy. Tragic event being shown.
What do you mean we're showing tragedy? We just saw some woman that was like 500 pounds.
You know,
what do you
my
want from me?
question is, though, you know, with them lowering all these flight ticket prices, you know, I wonder, like, when it gets to the point that it's basically like, you know, how many of those will equal, like, how many of the crashes will equal 9/11 for airlines when it comes to, like, you know, the amount of ticket prices and how much they declined after that.
Depends on if we can find a country to declare war on because of it.
And, you know, statistics, they're talking about statistics here. Regardless of the statistics, people feel like anxious and they're saying it's irrational, but everybody was scared after 9/11.
Yeah, that kind of went away after like.
That was one example. That was one example of a plane crash. I mean, of course, how, you know, it was like broadcast everywhere, but I'm saying that's one example of a plane crashing, right? And so that makes people more anxious to fly. And somehow, you know, at the time that was like, oh, wow, you actually should be really anxious. But now it's like you see 2 plane crashes in 1 week where a bunch of people are dying. Oh, no, that's irrational. Yeah, I mean, they're really trying to sell you on this. No, hold on. So when we think of about fear as a motivating factor for a lot of things that we do in our lives, we have to really question how much of it is rational and how much of it is irrational. Johnson said, none of us is getting off the planet alive. So, I mean, basically, he's saying you forget about these risks. Forget about you seeing more plane crashes recently. You know, everybody's going to die.
It's a very odd argument.
Yeah, you know, that's may as well do anything at any time, no matter how many of something you see. Forget about, you know, and at that point, even though you're saying like like he's trying to say, or the article and him are being like, oh, well, you know, it's irrational because there's not a lot of instances of it, but also we're all going to die. If the all going to die is an argument, wouldn't it be that, you know, you shouldn't do anything, or you should do everything actually, because, you know, no matter how dangerous it is, because we're all going to die.
Yes.
Yeah, may as well do anything. Who cares?
You should go to Pakistan as a solo female traveler.
It's
You're
all
gonna
a
die
chemical
anyway.
reaction, Morty. It's all a chemical reaction, Morty. None of it matters. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's something as far as them planes, though. Would you fly right now, Mr. Greg?
No.
Would you be okay? So I was was just gonna say, like, in general, would you be more apprehensive after this? I mean, in the first place, you know, people were already saying before this, they're like, yeah, you really shouldn't be flying right now. Like, they were talking about the safety as far as like the planes just falling apart.
Oh, the Boeing shit.
Yeah, I would. Huh? Yeah, exactly. They're like, yeah, I wouldn't even fly right now. You know, Seeing that, like that's happening recently too. And everybody just forgot about it until these 2 other crashes. And now everybody's talking about it. And so it's like, oh, no, it's irrational. You shouldn't think about like these 2 crashes. Okay, well, what about right before that with the Boeing stuff?
Well, you see, those guys that mentioned that, they unalived themselves. So they clearly were crazy.
Tragically. Yeah, exactly. They were schizo.
Don't listen to them.
Know, man. This is, yeah, exactly. They're crazy. Don't listen to them. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just gonna be a matter of time before people forget about these, and then there's like more plane issues, and then they're still like, "Oh, you're irrational for not wanting to fly." Honestly, like seeing it how many times, you know, even so, just the fact that we're seeing it like repeated like this in such a short frame of time, does make me more concerned. Because shouldn't this be really statistically unlikely, like more unlikely than this?
It's happening like every day, dude. Like literally every day.
Exactly. That doesn't really give me good odds as far as like how many flights are there in a day. Let me look this up.
So statistically speaking, yeah, it's not anything big because there's a shit ton of flights all over the world, everywhere at all times. But the frequency in which the worst possible scenario is happening is still kind of alarming, even though statistically speaking, comparing it to all flights that happen at any given time, it's not a big deal.
If your statistical odds go from like 0.00001 out of, it says 45,000 flights a day, to like 1 out of 45,000, it's like, okay, well, that multiplied by a bunch right there. That's you know, that's significant. 100,000 flights take place across the world daily, so like over almost half of them are just from the US. Oh wait, no, oh my god, I did the worst fucking math ever. Like 10% of them. Jesus. What was wrong with me?
A lot. The lack of winter
edition. I was right the first time. Never mind. I was right the first time. I'm just terrible for some reason at doing math right now. I don't know what it is. No, I was right the first time. I just thought there had to be more flights going on across the world. But yeah, no, it's like half of them in the US according to this. 45,000 versus like 100,000. Yeah. It's actually most of them. But is it just in the US, like domestically? No, it says for flights per day in the US. Does that mean flying in and out? Or is that just domestic? Domestically, US. Let's see. Domestically. Okay, well, they're not giving me a different statistic here. They're just saying more than 45,000 per day in the United States. Includes 3 million passengers. But how many international flights are there?
International love?
I just need to know international between US and other countries.
It's so over for passport bros.
The whole world. Bro, I feel like the AI summaries are giving me bad statistics here, because it's like, or bad numbers, I guess, not even statistics, but like the numbers, because they're like 151,000 here on this summary, and then the last one was like 100,000. Unless there's just less flights happening, because this one looks like it's from 2021, but I don't know. Would there be a point at which you feel safe flying again?
What?
Would there be a point at which you feel safe flying again?
Yes.
Is it like when they confirm that everything is fixed? I mean, you know, they confirm what they want to confirm.
No.
So it's, when is it then? When you just feel like passport broing?
No, I can't give a time. It would just have to be a matter of me weighing my options on how much value I place on X flight at X time for X reason.
Dude, I've seen like the inside of a flight during like a fire on the plane, like a video of that. It was like fucking hell, dude. It was like these people like just screaming for their lives inside of a plane as it like just was on fire.
Did they die or were they?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think screaming like hell as people burn alive. I don't know.
Well, you didn't say that. You just said they were screaming like hell. Shit, I could make any kind of conclusion from that.
That's fair. You know, I don't know, man. It sounded like they were dying to me. I didn't see it. I just saw like the fire, and then the camera was like not really pointed at people dying because I guess the person was too busy being on fire. But like
there was even a story earlier that I saw where there was a flight that was on fire. Well, not a flight, but there was a plane that caught fire, but it was before they left the gates. Everybody got off, and they said nobody got hurt. So it could have been like that for all I know.
Dude, I don't know. It just sounded, I mean, I didn't like see a confirmation of everybody on that flight dying or anything, but just the way that it sounded, I mean, I wouldn't take that as like they were fearful that the fire was going to like burn them. It sounded like they were being burned alive. I don't know when that was though. The guy recording kind of looked like Indian. So I don't know if this was like you know, I was going to say,
I don't know.
I shouldn't say that. That's rude to Indians. And we care about that right now because we don't want to get banned.
Maybe somebody was like cooking a burger on the plane, and then they're like, "No, you can't do that!" And they started screaming in pain.
Hey, Patel, I don't tell you anything when you bring your curry to work, okay? Let's see. Yeah. Dude, I'm still getting George Droid videos on my like YouTube feed and like Instagram and all that. I'm also getting a recommendation from a guy 2 days ago. No Fap Day 1.
Wait,
why is that in my feed? No Fap Day 1. Why is that in my feed?
It's not even November.
I'm getting a 9 years ago Inside Edition. Man who said he'd spend Powerball money on hookers and cocaine speaks out. Oh, that was the guy that you remember that video?
Yeah, hookers and blow.
Yeah, apparently he speaks out. He's with his girl in that video. That seems pretty interesting, even though it's from 10 years ago. I kind of want to watch that.
Some OnlyFans broad.
See what he says.
Just liked my
I
photo.
need to see what he says. What, like a real one?
What do you mean a real one? What are you questioning the validity of?
The account, is it like a bot account?
I don't know. I mean, I checked the link, and it is a real OnlyFans account.
Okay, let's see what Hookers and Blow guy says.
No one came closer to winning last Saturday's record-breaking Powerball jackpot than the folks in this picture. The office workers got every number right except for one, the number 13.
For your winning Powerball number, it is Lucky 13 tonight.
Still, they won $1 million. After taxes, each of these smiling faces will take home $21,000. Now, this guy who lives in Las Vegas has some explaining to do. He was asked on live TV what he'd do if he won $1 billion jackpot.
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Not.
Hey, game is game.
The answer anyone was expecting.
I mean,
really?
What were you thinking?
I was. I'm just. I don't know if I can say this, but I'm a smart ass.
Isaac Carranza's wife says she's taking it all in stride.
I thought it was hilarious.
Hey, his woman stands by him. That's what's up.
Real.
W. If you got a wife nagging over that, like, oh my God, how can you be so irresponsible? No, that's not it, bro.
I don't know why it's that big of a deal, to be honest. Is it any worse than the fucker riding the pussy guy?
People said that guy was a plant or something. I mean, maybe the first time he was real. Everybody's a plant. Everything's fake, right?
Sabrina Carpenter. Oh, we can talk about that. I don't know shit about that, though. The Grammys. Oh, wait. I do know something about that, actually.
Yeah, why am I seeing this picture of these three chicks? Why am I seeing a picture of her, Billie Eilish, and some like
demon broad
Polish immigrant looking some Polish immigrant looking woman in drag makeup?
Jesus Christ. Oh man. You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
But am I wrong?
I just said she looks like a clown, but not like a good
But am I
clown. Like
wrong?
my profile
But am I
picture.
wrong? But am I wrong? Oh, that's
I don't know.
Chappelle
I don't give
Roan. Chapel?
Yeah,
Chappelle?
I don't know, man. I'm not a woman.
Chappelle Roan. Let me just check Chappelle Chapel Roan's.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
I need to look at. I'm not gonna put it on the screen.
Oh man.
Hold on. I just need to see this. Hmm. See, it's not popping right out at me. Apparently, her upbringing was conservative and Christian. But dude, she just looks like, I don't know. I'm just gonna show her on screen. Let me see if I can find a different photo of them. But it's like, she looks gross, like in the makeup. I'm just gonna show it. I saw somebody say that this is like the 3 genre of women, like all of them like born after 1995 or one of these 3. And you see like the Sabrina Carpenter, who actually looks like normal aside from like maybe, could use less makeup, but she usually has more. Huh?
No, she
doesn't?
normal. No.
Compared to the others.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean, relatively speaking, not normal as in a normal human, but celebrity wise, she doesn't look like she's insane, at least compared to the other 2. You have Billie Eilish over here who's dressed like honestly, I don't know. Yeah, that's a polite way to say it. Literally, like what the hell is this outfit, dude? Like who thought of this? And
I'm surprised. Well, granted, it's been a while since I've actually watched these kind of award shows, but I would have thought there's some kind of dress code, except if you're Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess not.
Dude, there's no dress code to anything these days.
Yeah, it's a good thing to some extent, but also,
did you see Kanye, his wife? At the Grammys?
That was the thing. That was the thing I was talking about, where I do know something about that, the Grammys, because I saw that. That was
She literally had like a thin mesh lining over her, but she was completely nude under it. It's like there's nothing left to the imagination. Nothing.
Not a thing.
Bro, like how is this legal? First of all, how is this legal? And second of all, why are Kanye and his wife perverts? I mean, I know we've known this about Kanye.
You sent me that one video a while back where he's a major gooner.
He is, but why is he still? I thought he turned his life over to Christ.
It's funny. I'm not gonna name names here, but the one guy that we call the gooner, and the other guy that he knows that keeps trying to convince him to return to religion. That you've met in person, actually, if I recall correctly. Yeah, so they were the one woman we know, she was telling them like, well, isn't it kind of weird how you're a Christian, like one of the most strict kinds of Christians too, and yet you're banging broads left and right? And the response was, yeah, but I'm working on it. I'm trying not to. And I heard that. I'm like, what do you mean you're trying not to? You could just not go out to these places where you're going to find these women and just not do the deed. What do you mean you're trying not to?
I have to contain myself.
You don't get
like
it.
Primal urges.
It comes off like some like goth teenager talking about my urges, like that kind of cringe shit. It's so gay. Quite honestly,
as a guy, you typically have to be the one to put in the work in order to actually get anything. So you have to go spit game.
It's not like a corn scenario where you're fucking a pool boy and they're throwing themselves at you or some shit. He's going to these places where you would typically find women that are much more easy to come by, like this. Pun not intended. So it's not. He's like very clearly in the scenario, which would lead him to sin, so to speak. So he could just not do that. Believe me, it's not difficult to just not. He really isn't.
Now, so we have the Cholo, we have Sabrina Carpenter, who, I mean, as far as she's dressed, the most normal of the three, obviously. And as far as like white women today, I mean,
I'm getting like esoteric crystal woman from the middle.
Looks like Artemis from It's Always Sunny.
A little bit, yeah. But like way slim.
She's just gross to look at.
She really is. This is actually a topic that's near and dear to my heart that I keep bringing up. I cannot stand women, like the acceptable level of makeup now. It's like gross now. Like even not like her, but like even like Sabrina Carpenter, it just looks fucking disgusting now. And then people are telling, well, bro, no woman looks good without makeup. One of our buddies that's been on the show was saying that. I'm like, I don't believe that to be true. But even if that's the case, you don't have to put pounds and pounds of makeup on. It just looks gross after a while. It just makes you look like a drag artist. Why did I say artist? A drag person. There we go.
Women aren't as attractive without makeup now. A lot of them because of being fucked over hormonally, but then they're reinforcing that with the makeup.
Right. And then the makeup clogs your pores and shit. So then you put on more makeup to cover up the blemishes, and you end up looking like a clown. Hence Greg of the Clowns. I'm making fun of you broads. None of them that are watching right now.
I'd rather do that woman that's dressed as a clown in your profile picture than that Chappelle Roan chick.
Oh, I 100% agree. But not enthusiastically. I don't know why I said that.
I'm okay with the
Moving
Callisto,
on.
I guess.
They have the same amount of makeup. That's the point.
No, but it's just one's way uglier.
Yes, very.
I mean, even feature-wise, yeah, the clown still has some more attractive traits clearly here.
Yes.
But Chappelle Roan is just, dude, like, I mean, this is insanely unattractive. I need to get out of here. I'm trying to eat, little at a time, but I can't even eat comfortably looking at that. I feel uneasy.
I just thought of this. Insane Clown Posse.
Look at this. Hold on. Let me just show this on the This is what I'm pulling up in my Twitter feed. May this type of love chase me, find me. I mean, she spelled it finds me, but bro, it's like some guy like pulling up with flowers. Like this I was just thinking about how like I've also seen a guy like, posting about like him going, he's like about to go on his first date and he's holding like a bouquet. It's like, do they really think they're not going to get like fucking laughed at if that's what they do on the fucking first date?
I would only
exactly. And
like,
well, hold on. Oh shit, I just skipped past it. But the guy who was like tweeting there, his point was that he said every time he's tried that, he's been rejected. So I mean, it seems like he's specifically saying when he's done that, he's been rejected.
I was gonna say, I've only ever thought that bringing flowers would be appropriate if you're like taking someone to prom or something like that. Outside of that, I don't see why you would do it.
It used to be charming. Now it's just like you'll get your fucking laughed at.
I mean, outside of that, I just didn't think I wanted to spend money on a bunch of flowers that were going to die in a week.
Hey, yo. Whoa, hold on. We need to see this, dude. We need to check this out. This is crazy, bro. I mean, honestly, I could just like scroll on the Twitter feed and show shit, but this is pretty funny.
You probably shouldn't do that.
Out, but I mean,
you probably shouldn't do
I'm
that.
gonna stop sharing and then share again. Stop sharing and reshare whenever I find something interesting. Somebody's saying, "What the fuck is RFK putting in his drink?"
Oh yeah,
check
I saw
this
that.
out.
He's based.
RFK using the methylene blue.
I'm so
Let's see
glad
somebody
that
talking about it.
that RFK has finally picked up the Veronica diet. It's really good that he did that.
The Veronica diet. Somebody said not even counting the drops. That is crazy though. He's not even like fucking. He's just squirting it in. That is like I don't know why you would do that personally. I wouldn't. You
Is
should
it, like,
definitely count how
toxic?
much you put happening in your drink
after like a certain amount.
It's kind of crazy, but yeah. Huh?
Is it toxic after a certain amount?
Yeah, you shouldn't use a really fucking big quantity of it. I think it can be more like serotonergic if you're using like way too much of it. But that's, a lot of things are like that where if you just overuse it, it's not as good as in certain quantities. I think you're supposed to like at least what I know is like it's okay to use I think it was like 15 milligrams or something like that. Let me see. Yeah. Well, that's like a controlled trial in which they're like looking at it like curing depression. Basically, it was like 15 milligrams a day. Let me see. Methylene blue toxic dose. I suppose we could look up and see if it's realistic. If he's like fucking using a toxic dose, or if there's just like a overuse dose or something that I can look up here.
I believe the word you're looking for is overdose.
No.
Pretty sure it is, but okay.
I'm trying to find it, but Google searching isn't letting me just do that. I don't know where their fucking AI summary button is, because sometimes you look up stuff and then it doesn't show anything. Oh, let's see. Well, okay. Well, it's a lot, like, 7 milligrams per kilogram or 15 milligrams per kilogram. So it seems like you would have to use a lot, right? At that, if you're talking about body weight. So, that's actually, but it says methylene blue is a safe drug at a therapeutic dose of less than 2 milligrams per kilogram. Serotonin syndrome has been found to occur when combining serotonergic agents with methylene blue at a dose above 5 milligrams per kilogram.
So he's good.
Yeah, you'd probably have to use a lot. It sounds like a lot. But anyway. Apparently Veronica's commenting the right amount on that post.
Oh shit, it's her diet. She would know.
Oh yeah, exactly. Veronica actually founded the methylene blue. She founded methylene blue. She was the one that made it and discovered it.
Is she?
Let's see.
I saw a post that she made where she was saying she was trying to figure out where to move. Is she not American? What's going on with this broad?
You haven't heard her accent?
No.
I've heard her accent. Hold on. Let me look up if I can find Veronica's accent.
I've never seen any video where she's talking in it.
Some kind of European. Some shit. Hold on. Type shit. Type shit. I'm trying to see if she has some older videos here. Is this it? Wait, maybe.
I wish this Red Bull can wasn't empty.
No. It's not it. Maybe this. Yeah, right here. I got you. You get to hear Veronica talk finally, which is probably not what you expect when you see her write. You don't expect her to sound like this. Hold on. Let me see. Is there a way to get the video bigger, though? Oh, I just had to. I thought it was zoomed in. Okay.
Day one of becoming a beauty influencer, apparently. I'm joking, but I just received a package from my Polish sisters, Tyler twins from Canada.
Okay, well, I guess that answers
it. And I
it.
just have to show you guys. I feel so lucky because I love them. These girls.
Yeah. What do you think?
She said Polish sisters, so she's Polish, I'm assuming.
Oh, I didn't even hear. I was just saying, what do you think in general of the accent?
Well, I think it's a Polish accent now.
Well, you don't have any opinions on like you weren't surprised? I mean, I guess I clued you into the fact that she had an accent, but and then it was
Yeah,
European.
I mean, I was
but-
kind of prepped already for it. No Diddy.
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, like, no thoughts.
I thought she was either American or British initially.
On the internet, one thing about me is I love people making a difference in the world and creating a beautiful life for themselves. Let's go through it. Tried so many tallows, and you just smell like tallow. You just smell like you've been.
It's a weird angle, right?
Yeah, I don't like this angle.
And you just smell like tallow. You just smell like you've been cooking, and you haven't changed your clothes, and it's disturbing. This brand, this is citrusy. So this is face cream, the tallow face cream. It's citrusy. It's herby.
Herby.
It's always weird to me how people have such a great understanding of a foreign language where they can, like, specifically English usually, but they haven't mastered the phonology of it, which is strange.
Yeah. She had to censor her feet.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't blame her.
Yeah. I just find it like it's kind of wild. That's the world we live in. And she knows that she has to do it. You got to know that type shit.
That's great.
Yeah, like if you saw her at the gym though, you'd be like, this is standard just standard broad.
Yeah. Default.
Yeah. This is what peating has become.
I mean, I guess that's good.
Why'd you get the zero sugar monster?
That's a great question.
Dark peating. But does the zero sugar monster have any sweeteners, or is it just literally like no sugar?
Why would they? It's zero sugar. I mean, does it say zero? Or
artificial sweeteners. Yeah, zero sugar. Apparently, the website for Monster has to verify I'm a human. It may take a few seconds. Let's see. The white monster.
What do you mean the white monster?
That's
You got something against white people?
It doesn't. I can't see the ingredients. Let me try Amazon. Amazon. Let's see these ingredients here. Ooh. I can barely read this, but yeah, sucralose. Ace K, bruh. Why you drinking sugar-free Monster? Why are Pete niggas talking about sugar-free Monster? She's talking about how it has L-carnitine, which isn't ideal, but she doesn't care that it has artificial sweeteners, apparently. It's weird.
Why not just eat a burger?
No, she's saying she doesn't want the L-carnitine.
Wait, why?
This has to do with I forget what it is, but something about the amino acid, what it does. I don't remember. If you like have it in like as a supplement, like an excess, basically. Let me see. Let me see if I can remember or if I can find a reason that is more in depth. People say it increases lipolysis. I need to look more into that though. Some guys said carnitine made him fat, but it's great for brain fog and libido. Here's Georgie saying L-carnitine's anti-thyroid, and he's linking some studies. I can switch to that tab. L-carnitine inhibits the thyroid hormone passage into the nucleus. Acts as a peripheral antagonist of thyroid hormone action, and in particular, L-carnitine inhibits both T3 and T4 entry into the cell nuclei. Apparently.
Well, that's news to me.
But yeah, I mean, things like amino acids, like, you know, that you'll find in muscle meat, like methionine, cysteine, tryptophan. I mean, they, you know, Peters talk about why you shouldn't be eating that in excess, especially not with gelatin or without gelatin, like without glycine. How it's like those are like anti-thyroid as well if you're just eating all those by themselves. And that they also do use up like thyroid hormone, just like protein does.
I'm just a humble
Veronica posted.
ground meat enjoyer. That's what I do.
Girl lock eyes with a guy who's with his girl. Yes, he's looking at you, but you're looking down or away.
What?
That's what Veronica posted recently, 5 hours ago.
Are we still following her? Did you ever follow her, or what's going on with that?
I'm just taking Twitter because it's in my feed. It just gets recommended to me. A lot of her posts just get recommended to me. I don't follow her, and they just do. But it shows
Yeah,
up
I
on my
know. I
feed,
started seeing that in my feed too.
Let's see. Oh my God. Well, I can't show that. See, I can't scroll on Twitter because it shows like, you know, graphic police stuff fighting with people that you can't show. Nietzsche quote, when a woman has scholarly inclinations, there is usually something wrong with her sexuality. Let's see. Oh, RFH is back on Twitter.
Oh.
Can
we bully her now?
One of her tweets, one of her tweets here is, if you have a type as a man, it just means you're not horny enough. Your type should just be women.
No.
Yeah, something.
Well, I don't know. Maybe depending on how she's defining the term type, I could see that.
One of her tweets from 2 hours ago, farting in the presence of a woman is a mortal sin. I feel like you'd agree with that, though.
What?
But it's funny. She said farting in the presence of a woman is a mortal sin.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
It's funny.
Nah.
I remember I had a friend tell me like one morning, when we were in school, he's like, yeah, my dad, he Dutch ovened my mom this morning in the sheets.
Okay. That does sound funny, but also profane.
Yeah, but it's funny as hell.
Yeah, but the profane actually counteracts the ratio of it being funny.
This was a
so
Mexican
now it's less funny,
guy, by the way.
Oh, now it's funnier.
This was a Mexican family. Probably had some beans, nigga. You're just eating beans. Yeah, I did. Let's see.
You got anything else for us?
Just trying to read RFH's Twitter to see if there's anything going on there. She said the Portuguese are straight up Arabs.
Wow.
Yeah, anyway. That's about it on my end. I don't know. We talked about quite a lot condensed up into this time period here.
Now, the question is it bubblegum pink or roast beef brown, or is it white as a result of the makeup?
Who are you referring to?
My profile picture.
Oh. No, it's white.
You think it's white?
It's white. It's white. It's gray.
I guess, yeah, that would be gray and white.
No, she painted it like she painted her lips. She painted her other lips too. That's why they call it lipstick.
I can see why she painted her lips. It's in the photo.
Yeah, but you know. So does the carpet match the drapes?
Blue?
Did she dye it blue? How dedicated are you to this character?
That's a good question.
You gotta ask her that. How dedicated are you to this character? Because I know if you were Harley Quinn, it would be.
Nah. Have you seen what she does now? They just turned her into some bimbo with a bat. That's it. She's not even dressed up in a costume anymore.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
Not do that? You could not do that. I don't know. I don't really care. Those movies are shit anyway.
All right.
All right. We are living in a new Trumponian democracy. And you should probably reconsider your flight plans if you have any.
Yeah.
And also,
you don't want to be way up there in the air. You want to be way down on the ground.
It's like it genuinely feels like Tourette's. It's just like I can't save this from happening. Anyway, consider the following.
You know, if we told YouTube that I have Tourette's, would that make this better? Like as far as keeping us on?
Probably. That one British broad gets away with it.
Yeah, there's this show on TLC with this chick that like she's younger, but she has Tourette's and it's like pretty bad. It's like everything she does, she has to do it like 3 times. So she it was like her sister had a I feel like that's gonna come across weird. Her sister had a waffle on a plate. But anyway, she flips it once like out of the plate and then she's like, oh, I have to do it again twice. Let me do it again twice. After the sister stops like her from doing it. That just seemed like an overreach like that. You know, at that point, you just got to be fucking with your sister. But she said what it feels like. She feels itchy until she does it. Until she does what she needs to do.
Are you saying that's what's happening with you?
Why that I feel itchy?
Or a similar kind of discomfort?
Well, I'm not saying I feel itchy. I described it one time as like if I don't repeat a song, I feel like, you know, almost like it's not like I have to sneeze. I was just saying that it feels like the same feeling as when you have to sneeze. Like you feel uneasy, but it's not really like a physical. I mean, maybe a little bit physical, but you don't really feel. I don't have some sort of itch going on. You know, I'm not sick.
Okay. Anyway, this has been the podcast. Do all the things you need to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Find a clown girl if you want. I'm not judging if you do or if you don't. I'm just putting it out there. You could do that.
I will. I wish there were a clown dating app just so I could go on there.
That would be so
We'll
funny,
see you guys. We'll see you guys next time on the podcast.
I don't like that face you're making. You better change that face quick.
Just got to ring at my doorbell. I think the neighbors are here for the dog.
Ever. Damn,
The
I felt
podcast
that in
ever.
my headphones. Jesus Christ.